Yo, what is up guys? Throttle Gaming here, back with another video, and in today's video I'll be doing a very simple, basic beginner's guide on how to set up Streamlabs. So before we get that underway, the first thing you're going to want to do is, you see this popped up, this is going to be Streamlabs, we'll come back to this, is you're going to open Google, type in Streamlabs OBS. You'll come here, you'll pick the first one because it's very used by almost everyone I know. Then you'll hit download. Don't worry about beta, there's no actual program, they're just always updating it, so they call it a beta. Then we'll close that. Once you're downloaded, Streamlabs will start to open, and just hit yes to accept that it's able to access your computer files, so that way it can run. Next, you'll see 4 different tabs on which streaming service you'd like to use. There's Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, and Facebook. Personally, I'm using Twitch, so I went ahead and used Twitch. For yourself, I don't think there's any major changes to it. It just, which one you're logging in with is all it is. So if you're going to use Twitch, go ahead and hit the Twitch button, log in, hit authorize so it can access your Twitch account. And then the next step is going to be, it's going to look to import any scenes you might have, and scenes are just mostly layovers and those overlays, any overlays you might have made or tweaks you could possibly have, but there's a good chance you won't, so the next one after that will be the optimizer. What you want to do is hit run auto optimizer, because that's going to help out huge. It'll determine how well your internet is, how well your computer runs, what it can handle, what it can't handle, and it will just make it easier on yourself too. So go ahead, hit that button and let it do its thing, and then once it's done, that final scene that's going to pop up will be all the different widgets there. If you want, go ahead and leave that alone. For this video, we are not going to be talking too much about widgets, so down at the bottom you'll see there's a setup later button. Go ahead and click that, just because that way there won't be too much on your screen going crazy. And then you'll get to this screen. Yours will look something like this, just a black screen. However, for this video purpose, I've already put a display capture so you can see what I'm doing. Oop, made it bigger. Oh well, that helps. Alright, so next up, you're going to see your scenes, your sources, and all your audio is going to be over here. So first, what you want to do is you're going to want to make a couple of scenes. I have a live scene. Another one you might want to add is the starting soon scene. So you could do that, where you can, when you go to live stream, hit this one if you want to add a backdrop or something, or have a funny video, have some hype up music. You can go ahead and do that. Another one I would do is the be right back. If you have to take a restroom break, get some food, get some beers, whatever you guys like to drink, and then you can do that, and it'll be just a nice transition. The final one you might want to do is offline. I know people like to put this on before they actually go offline. I have one. I don't use it too much just because I'm like, well, if I'm going to go offline, I'm going to go offline. And then the last one you want to make is this live scene. So this live scene is basically going to be while you're streaming. This is what you want to be on most of the time. So you're going to, after you've made all your scenes, go ahead, click live scene. You'll see the sources. There's not going to be any here for you. But what we can do is we're going to add a new source, and this is the big page. This one has a lot of stuff. We'll touch on widgets here in a minute, but first off we want to do the standard. So if you're streaming from a PlayStation or your Xbox or your Switch or whatever, you're going to be having a capture card most likely, so you're going to want to hit video capture device. It'll say these are the type of things that this is compatible with, usually a USB of some sort. We'll add the source. I like to name it whatever the name of my capture card is, so I have an Elgato, so that's what I would name it. We'll add the source, and if it's plugged in and turned on and you already have all the recent firmware updates, it should pop up like this. So you can go ahead, leave that. Don't worry about these settings. You want it on device default. They should be the same resolution that it's currently on your monitor that you're playing. And then you'll see that there's these other ones. I would change the color to, oh, hold on, let me, I think you guys might have missed it, so we'll turn the volume down, put this here. Okay, so we'll go back to here, open it up, you'll get this screen. There's going to be all these different things. leave all of these as normal. This one was on partial. I changed it to full just to get the full color spectrum. And then once that's in, you'll see it on here as you did, that it popped up. And if we can do it, there's that. We'll have it fit to the screen. It's fit to the screen, sweet. So we'll come back to it. You see that there's audio coming out of it right here. You can adjust that with the slider, or we can go into the advanced audio settings. So now that you're capturing your video, you're going to want to have your microphone in. That's going to be audio input capture. We'll add a source. There's no existing sources, so I have a Yeti Blue mic. So what I would want to do is add this source. Here it is right here. If I wanted to add it, that's what I would click. Fortunately for me though, I have already added it with the mic and auxiliary, so we can just move this down. But if I hit that Yeti, it would be getting dual audio right here from me. Finally, if you have a webcam, we can go back, hit one more video capture device. We'll name it to whatever you have. I have a Logitech webcam. Add new source. You'll get the same kind of pop-up as before. I'll get this screen, just hit the drop down. You're about to see my glorious face, I guess you could say. There, boom. So it reads that the device is on. You don't want to change any of these really besides the color. Boom, and it made it a little brighter. So now that the webcam is here, you'll see my face about 1,000,000 times over. It's pretty big for me personally. I would not have it this big if I was actually streaming. About that size works pretty well. You don't want to have it overbearing. Maybe lift it up a little bit in case there's any HUD information down here you might want to see. And then here's it right here, but there's no audio there, so we're just going to ignore that for now. So that's all you need, guys. You do that, you go ahead, hit go live. You can change your title, you can change your game, and you'll be set. And now if you want to go a little more in depth, we can go on to Mixer here. You'll see there's different audio levels you can adjust, have them on different tracks even, have them linked to if you want it when the monitor is on, off, or what. Now you see here we do have some extra things that aren't using any actual audio or putting anything out. So in this case, if it were me, I would go ahead, just one click on there and hit hide. Do it one more time, hide. Now if you accidentally do that, you hit the wrong one, or for whatever reason you want an extra one, you can right click on any of the cogs and there will be unhide all right here. Well, boom. See, I don't know if it's on. See, right click right there and boom, unhide all. Alright. Now we'll touch on widgets here. I'm making a separate video just on widgets, but if you look, here's all the ones you really need, or here's all the ones you can have. But the ones you really need are going to be alert box. You don't really need a viewer count or a stream boss or a big goal or a sponsor, because most likely we don't have sponsors. You can do a credits if you'd like. A chat box is handy, but most of the time when I'm streaming I have the chat open anyways right here, so I can just look at it from that way. I do have a jar, and having a certain, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a subscription goal or a follower goal. You can just select one of these and change it to whatever type of goal you want. There's a donation ticker, event list, which is pretty nice to have, so you guys can add those and play around with them. And that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this helped get you started, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.